Carnivorous plants can be defined as predatory flowering plants that capture and kill animals or insects to extract nutrition from their bodies.
Sarracenia, more commonly known as the trumpet pitchers, is a genus of carnivorous pitcher plant native to the eastern United States and Canada. The plant's leaves have evolved into a funnel or pitcher shape in order to trap insects. The pitcher plant attracts the insect with a combination of color, scent, and nectar. Just under the hood, or the overarching part of the pitcher, you can find nectar laced with poison, waiting for the prey to come. Once the prey land on the slippery pitcher's rim, they could easily slide off and fall down the pitcher. Their downward pointing hair all around the inner surface of the pitcher, preventing prey from climbing up. At the bottom of the pitcher, there's a pool of liquid full of digestive enzymes. The prey will drown and slowly get digested and absorbed by the pitcher plant.
The Venus flytrap is one of the most common carnivorous plants. They're native to North Carolina and South Carolina and are typically found within a moist acidic soil that lack nutrients. The structure of the flytrap contains two regions, the leaf base and the leaf blade, which is the trapping mechanism. The Venus flytrap utilizes a snap trap to capture its prey, and on the surface of each lobe of the leaf blade will be an average of 3 trigger hairs, which are the structures right here. And once the prey sets off the trigger, it will cause the flytrap to snap closed. The edge of the trap contains a line of cilia that interlock to prevent prey from escaping. Prey are lured to the trap by the fragrant nectar that is secreted from the reddish lining in the leaf blade. Once it has been captured, the trap will secrete several digestive enzymes that will cause the prey to begin decomposing. When this ends, the trap will open again and the cycle will repeat. Convergent evolution is the process where organisms not closely related independently evolve similar traits as a result of having to adapt to similar habitats. Carnivorous plants are a classic case of convergent evolution with at least 5 independently evolved lineages. Organisms living in these extreme environments often have unusual adaptations that allow them to survive. Carnivorous plants are specifically adapted to harsh environments where the area is wet, nutrition is poor, and often acidic with intense sunlight, which is normally a forest clearing or an open swamp. Carnivorous plants are widespread. You can find them in all continents except for Antarctica, but rare because only a small percentage of plants are carnivorous. The wet conditions of these areas result in the nutrients being washed away from the soil. This causes a lack of nitrogen, which is essential to the compound chlorophyll that is used in photosynthesis. The Venus flytrap has been listed as vulnerable internationally, and its greatest threats are poaching and fire suppression. In an effort to raise awareness about its declining populations, North Carolina listed it as its official carnivorous plant in 2005. Then, in October of 2016, a petition was submitted to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to include Venus flytraps on the federal endangered species list. However, due to the backlog of species waiting to be reviewed, a ruling will not be scheduled until 2023. As we know, Venus flytraps are more at risk of being poached than anything else. And in 2014, a state law went into effect that made poaching Venus flytraps a Class H felony, and this could result in a person being put in prison for 4 to 25 months. Even after the state law was placed into effect, there was still several incidents where people were caught poaching Venus flytraps. For example, in November of 2015, 2 men poached over 1,000 Venus flytraps in 2 pitcher plants. However, due to the state law, they were placed in jail with a $1 million bond. Prior to the state law, many poachers would have just gotten off with paying a simple fine, and they would never face any type of jail time. Rachel Carson once said, "Conservation is a cause that has no end. There is no point at which we will say our work is finished."